Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now I've come back on here again today because I'm going to finish doing this. I'm in Australia and I had to answer the phone. And don't know if it'll be on this same day that I put these two up or the next day. I think it might have been close to having it switched off anyway. So this might be the next part, but I'm just still going around here and I'm catching I'm sorry, I had to answer the phone and there was things I had to talk about, and sometimes you get a bit stressed out about things. Anyway, okay, so let's keep going. We're going to keep going because this is something that I'm going to do to take my mind off the outside world, which would probably make you upset sometimes. It's the man about my chair, it was. I had to talk to him about it. What it needs fixing on it. Okay, so we're doing this and we're covering this with, I hope you've seen the other episode, the other part, first part of it. We're covering our flower pretty much with blanket stitch completely, okay? Except for parts that I'm just leaving uncovered. Right, now where do I go now, people? I think this bit here, I'll have the green on. I'll leave the white piece. I'm thinking about going around there with the purpley bit and around that with the pink one, okay? So that doesn't look too bad. I might do a little bit tight. It'll be all right though. Yeah, it's strange, this daylight saving thing. Your body can feel how far along in the day you are, and then when you go and you look at the clock, you think, oh dear, we still haven't got that far yet. Hey, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. Right, so I'm going to put this one here on. Here, right. This is me transferring that onto there, okay? You seen them yesterday, you'll have to go back and find me. Near my name, if you press on play all, you might find it. I don't know, you might have to watch all my videos. Just type in up the top the title of this one, because it'll be the same as the other one, part 2, part 1 or part 2, part 1. This will be part 2, if you understand what I'm saying. In the search bar, put my name there. You should be able to find me. Okay, so I'm going to do this one here. I don't know if I'll fully fill it in like that though, because that's probably more or less the centre part, isn't it? And this one here, I'm going to just do it a little bit open. Okay, look out, I'm going to have to do that stem there before I pull it undone and make a mess of it. I had to go on the phone yesterday and talk to him about the water heater. And you just have to wait so long for somebody to talk to you. And somebody's always going, oh, but you can go on the website, and, you know. But you don't, I tried that and it didn't work. So you just, oh dear, there's technology. You know, sometimes whether it's a good or a bad thing, because when you do something, you still have to have a copy, don't you? Now this is like a pansy thing. Now I can see that it's got these pieces going through the centre and a spot in the middle, right? So I'm going to do those in green. Wait a minute, that just pulled straight through there. I didn't put it in good enough. I didn't do it good enough. Rightio, now is some green. I don't know if this is dark enough, really. I do like it, though. Tends to be my colour that I go to, don't I? I seem to head towards that all the time. It's probably the only one. Oh, they've got a bit darker one there. Don't know if we need to do that or not. It might not hurt. Sonya, be brave. Things are not all pale. They're not all pale colours. When I first started doing stuff on YouTube, everybody did a lot of pale colours. Everything was white, and I used to get a little bit stressed out because I wanted to use colour in mine. I use colour. The world's full of colour. I couldn't understand why it was everything was pale and white, all this white. There's lots of white craft things going on, there was. Maybe I was in the wrong section. Okay, I've got to get that through there. I should have probably used the needle threader, but that'll do. That got it for me. Yeah, so everything was pale once. Now it's all come to colours, and it's so good. It's so good. Right, now I'm going to put this and do a stem stitch on it in the centre. Maybe, no, just do a straight stitch across there, Sonya. One straight stitch will do ya. Right, that might be enough. And then go back over here to this and get down there. Right, come back over this way. So that. I don't think I'm going to have a very good afternoon somehow. Ah dear. Never mind. It's going to be one of those things where everybody's trying to put in their 2 cents worth. You know what I mean? I'd say. How to fix something, and it's not going to be... It will work if they get it right. Yes, I'm not too concerned about that. I can say that for sure. I'm going to cut a little bit more off that now. I'm game, aren't you? Look at this. I'm going to cut a little bit more of this white off, because I'll do a chain stitch down here. Maybe I could do 2. I just didn't want it to break. So I'm going to do a chain stitch on it, so that'll hold it down good. And then I'll come back and do that other bit of the flower. Just while I've got this green on here. But do I like that green? And don't you know? Okay, stop now. Go back, change the green. Just after me having a bit of a lecture there about how the colours in the world are, and I'm going to have a pale green flower on there, but oh well, pale green middle in it, that's just... It's actually got a dark middle in these things, haven't they? Some of them. I just don't feel that green's looking good. I'm a bit worried about the burgundy too. I shouldn't have said that. Hopefully I don't pull it out. It'll look okay when I've finished. That's what I'm putting it down to. It's going to look okay when I've finished. Right, now I'll go back out there, do this again, eh? Well, see, it's only this light colours in that, except when it gets dark. Okay, Sonya, I know I've got to try to be a bit more open-minded about it, I suppose, don't I? I just like these colours. And that didn't come all the way up there, but I'm going to bring it in a fair way anyhow, because I want it to, you can see that that's what it looks like now. maybe I'll do 3 rows of this. I'll just go the first one down, right down the centre first. And it's just all falling apart on me. Look at that. What's going on here? Look at that. That's bad, isn't it? Surely is. That's not good. Alright. I did cut too much off it, didn't I? I just had to. Couldn't help myself. Pull it off there, Sonia. Right, I'm going to take this undone a bit. Only don't want to take too much, you'll ungather the rest of the stuff and unfrilly it or whatever it is. This doesn't mean I can't do it, you know. It does not mean that for 1 minute that I can't do it. Come on. Gotta get them bits off there without, I reckon they are the first lot that I've done. So obviously some things don't work for you if you cut them too skinny. The top bit should be alright, and that bit there should be alright. We'll see what happens when I start to go down here. So I've got 2 stitches. This probably won't come undone too. It's not good because this is very open weave, like I said. See, so it's coming apart. It's coming apart. Okay, so I'm just going to go down here. An imaginary line here, which where it would have went, because it does need a line. Make a stem on it. That bit off. Here, take this please, Jeremy. Did he walk away? He did too. Okay, he might have been opening the linen cupboard door, I think. Thought he was coming in to get the phone so it didn't ring at me. I thought he was opening this door. It's okay. If it rings at me, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Actually, these little scissors are pretty good for this, aren't they? Fussy cutting scissors. Okay, you might do a couple more stitches. Chain stitch. And one more. Right. Now, well, that's a good thing about this one here. This hasn't got any really thin bits on it, so we must remember not to make too much, not to do it thin pieces, okay? Rightio. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to do a whip stitch through this to make it more solid. So you just go backwards through every one of these. Pull it just neat. Don't take it too tight because then it'll disappear on you. Won't look nice. It'll be too. Just go under each one and just take it like that, and it makes a nice little stem piece. And then we can go back after and do some leaves if we feel like we need to do some leaves. What the heck have I done now? I've pulled that up and I still didn't put it down either. Better do that again. Righty-o. Gotcha. This time have I got you? And there's a little bit of a lump. You know what though? That looks just right how it'd be. There's a bit of lump there where it joins onto the flower. You need that bit, don't you? Looks cool. There we go. Now hopefully, there's still pieces coming off this. Hopefully I can finish this piece on the inside for you and do that top bit so you can see the Now you could put some beads on if you wanted to in the in the middle, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just use a piece of yellow for that, bright yellow or orange or something like this that I've already got. I know this on there. That'll look really cool, won't it? That'll give it a lift along. Some things just make your piece of work eventually. You got to persevere, because sometimes I go, oh, you don't like that. But if I'm going to put a nice French knot in the middle of these green bits that you can see, I think it'll work out really well. 1, 2, 3 wraps. Try that again. Here we go. Looks good. Keeping it. His big father knots are not as great, but it's alright now. Straighten him out a bit. Whoop. Okay. I put a comment on something today because somebody put up there something about would I die for my children or something, to protect them or something. Would people even ask that? I don't understand, I don't understand why anybody would even ask that. I can't imagine anybody ever put no up there. It was the most weirdest thing. Oh, I did answer it, but I thought it was really strange. Why would you even bother asking anybody that? A person that had children, why would you ask them such a question? Who's going to say, no, I'm not going to? I mean, nobody would, but you know what I mean. So I couldn't understand why they put that up there. Lots of people answered, heaps of answers they got, and that's fair enough, but I just don't understand why. Mine are adults, but still, you wouldn't do anything to not do anything to help them or save them or anything, would you? Doesn't matter what they do in their life, you still always forgive them or help them, can't you? You just can't help that. You're a parent, and that's just what we do. It's just how the things are in the world. Unless, of course, you're not a person that likes your children, I guess. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. And hopefully mine haven't done anything that bad, but you know what I mean? It's a silly question. To me, I sat there for a while and thought, why would anybody put that there? What would they expect people to say? Of course they would do that if they could for their kids. You just would, even if they are all grown up and looking after themselves. Wow, doesn't look too bad, does it? Don't know about the burgundy bit, but it's sitting out there looking at me really bad, isn't it? Don't you reckon? Don't you think it's really... The first thing you see is that piece of burgundy, right? So ever guess what? Sonya's going to take that out because I just cannot handle that. And that's okay, because I want to fix it. I want it to be what I want it to be, because if I don't do that, I'll put this in a drawer and I'll never go near it again. Maybe a drawer or box, could even throw it in the bin. I don't think I'd go that far. Oh, that's just forgive me a minute, I've got a scratch. It's not good when you got a scratch. I've always got a scratch, and it happens when you... I'll have a mouthful of water too. Why not? I posted some things yesterday. People just be all happy to see that, I hope. And they get to you. I sent a parcel to Vera. I sent a parcel to Julie. And I think the other lady's name was Jeanette, maybe. Anyway, so you'll be getting a parcel. Small parcel. Something. So I hope you're going to be happy with those. I hope you just let me know when you get there. When you get set, it just took me so long. Cause, look, I know you understand, because there's issues in life where you can't always do what you need to when it needs to be done, can you? You've got to just do it when you can. I mean, they weren't anything I sold, they were just things that I gifted out. Only small things, so nobody panic, it's okay. And I did get them done eventually. There was rain and I couldn't go in the rain, and then there was mightn't have been well that day, or there's always something that pops up, isn't there? Me and Jeremy are going to have a little trip out to the hardware one day next week, we think. Depends if it gets cooler or not. It's too hot to go out there now. Because we went off once before for a nice little trip where we went to buy some chairs, but we never got to do that out there because it wasn't anything we liked out there, and got sort of lost. And I need to get a map. How can you get lost in parks? But if you're going somewhere by foot and gopher, you have to be able to get through, the traffic parts. You don't want to be near too much traffic, and there's all these issues, There was this man in Woolworths yesterday. I have to tell you about the good and the bad things in the world, don't I? Because you probably know them, but, because you might have had come across these things. But this man and his wife, they were standing there in line in Woolworths, and they kept on looking at me, how people just sort of not glaring, but they just kept on turning around, physically had to turn around to look at me because they were in front of me. And she walked away, and he strutted forward there and he said to me, "You have to have a licence to ride that?" That's my scooter, mobility scooter that I need to get about on. I said, "No, I don't." "Oh, you will. The government will make sure you do." This was his way, he come at me. And I said, "Oh, well," I said, "I've been driving it for 6 years. I might, in other words, I might be able to get a licence." They might say, "Okay, Sonya, you've been on it for that long, haven't had an accident, so that's all right." Then he goes, "What happens if you have a flat tyre?" He said, sort of yelling this at me. I mean, there's hardly people in the shop. You swear it was Christmas or something. There's that many people there. I suppose it was after Easter. They might have fed their friends all their food. I don't know. But anyway, I said, where am I up to? I've got myself sidetracked now. I've got to get this off the table, this stuff. And what did he say? Oh, I said, "There's solid tyres." He went like this at me. And I thought, and you're not even an old man. You know what I mean? Some old people give you a bit of a hard time. But actually, they're quite nice. And he said, "My father wouldn't have one of those." And I thought, well, okay, but that's not my thing. And I don't understand what that was all about. I really couldn't believe, that was the way he was carrying on at me, like I was doing something wrong, or, I can walk a very short way and in a lot of pain, and I like to go out to the shops, and if I got out of a car, I wouldn't be able to go and walk inside the shops because I just couldn't do it. My body won't let me, say. And he was really nasty, that man, the way he spoke to me, and I thought, well, you have a good day. I just couldn't really say anything to him. I need to put something in there, and I'm thinking I might do this lighter one on that. It won't matter, will it? You'll still be able to see the darkish bit coming through. This is the same as that, is it? Maybe if I could do that purpley there. Oh, is that the same as that? These are really close, the colour of these two. I didn't want to make it too much different than what it is. I'm going to end this off here. Looks better now that purple stuff's not in there, doesn't it? Burgundy, whatever it was. So much better. Well, I like it anyway. I haven't enough time to do that leaf with you. Did I end this off, or I'm just still picking pieces off it? I was watching my video back yesterday, and I thought, Sonya, you spend all your time picking at stuff off the chest. It's only fluff. Picking up the fluff all the time. Okay, so let's move this one back over there a minute. Okay, what am I going to put on that bit? Come on, I can do this. I can do this. Let me try that one. Will that look all right? You know what I'm thinking? I'm putting a light bit in there because I can put it in there and the burgundy will shine through behind it. Okay, is what I'm thinking. Got to get some more ink from my printer. It's run out of ink. I don't know, sometimes it costs you cheaper to buy a new printer than what it does for the ink. But I can't keep doing that because, you know, going into landfill and everything, isn't it? All them old printers that people don't want anymore. So I'm going to try and do this again with this light colour, and then the purple can come through, shine through behind it, sort of thing. Because I'm not going to put them too close together, I don't think. Let's just see what happens. You've got to experiment. You can't just let things go. Okay. So I did a silly thing yesterday. Well, the silly thing didn't happen till last night, right? I went yesterday and I bought a new clock for the lounge room because I could only see one of the hands because the other one was really light colour. And I'm going to go down the back of there now. And I bought it home. And I don't know why it didn't have a second hand on it, but that didn't matter because it didn't tick. See, it wasn't ticking a ticking clock. I know I've got one in here that ticks, and you know who you are, you nice lady. He said something to me. You could hear something ticking. That's my little clock. Anyway, also Jeremy said he couldn't see the numbers on it. And when I looked at it, well, they were all white. See. Now I've got these big clocks about this big around, right, and it's got a big black thingies on it, you know, hands, and he couldn't see the numbers, and he said to me, get a texter or something, he said, and colour the numbers in black. Well, I didn't really want to do this because I'm not really good with the texter, but I did, and I wrecked it, of course. Oh dear, I've never done such a silly thing before. Well, I have probably done silly things, but I don't know why I did that. I just can't understand why I did that. Anyway, so it's no good now. It will be, but he said, oh, I'll get some nail polish, he said, and take the stuff off it, he said, and redo it. And I said, well, you know, I'll think about it. I should have put I should have coloured the letters in black, but I didn't. I did them in a light colour, and I shouldn't have done that because it wasn't helping either. I don't know where it is. He brought it in here for me to fix it, I think. Actually, I don't know what he did with it. Maybe he threw it out. I don't know. I don't think so. I can't see it. Oh, it looks like I don't have to fix it today. So anyway, he put the other clock back up on the wall. And, but anyhow, not very good with the texter, me. Or marker, or whatever they called. Got to be careful when you let me loose with something like that. So then I'm going to put this one around here in the inside as well. I'm going to just use a bit of pink here. I'll never get the back door fixed at this rate. He doesn't get time, you know. He's doing other stuff all the time, and then when he wants to sit down, I can't say, can you get up and fix the back door? Because, yeah. So I'll do a couple more stitches that way, but maybe not so long. Get through there. I hope I can get that leaf on there better. I've got a few minutes. We'll see how we go with the leaf. I'm really excited about doing this other one because it's got about the stitches that are going to be on there. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? Oh, I do like that much better. What do you reckon? That looks all right? Maybe I should put a bit over here too. Right. I'll duck across there underneath these. Where am I going to come out at? There. So I'll go under these stitches here. Save me making another knot and starting again. I'll just run along under there a bit. And fill this part in a tiny bit. Just put some stitches in there and that'll, you know, make it a bit more, I don't know, interesting maybe. Filled in something. Word. Okay. Oh dear. I made a big mistake. Something I bought on the internet. Wonder where they are. Oh, they're still out in the lounge room. I wanted to buy some paper piecing pieces, you know. I could have cut them out myself on the on my scan and cut, but I thought, well, these are there. I don't think they were very dear. They were in Australia, is what it said. And they were, I looked at the picture, I thought, oh dear, this is good, isn't it? And it had like flower petals, like so. They were like, you know, this sort of shape, flower petals, and they had the circle for the middle. I thought, oh, that's good. I'll just try one of these and see what I think about doing it, okay? Anyway, so I waited forever. This note came up to say that it was been delayed. And then when it got here, it had come from overseas somewhere. And I'm thinking that I'm going to get something... Where's a piece of paper? I thought I was going to get something that was... So they were like this, and then they had a circle bit for the middle, and they like that, and then you have to do paper, you paper piece them, and there was, you know, there was a lot, there was a few, like so forth, you know, there's a few. So anyway, I suppose I was getting something that big, I guess. Anyway, they're about this big. And they sent it in a bag, 8 inches by 10 inches easy it was. This tiny, 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 tiny little bag with these little tiny, tiny cutout things. I guess it's not too bad a size, I suppose. It's just how am I going to work it, but anyway, I'll give it a go. I guess I was expecting them a little bit bigger so I could actually get hold of them. I don't know how. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll show them to you later. I also got some shapes too that you can draw around yourself if you want to cut out for the hexagons and all heaps of shapes. So I might do something with them too later on. Show you a bit of work with them. Now I'm going to go around the outside of this first with the blanket stitch and hope it does not come undone on me. I really hope it does not come undone on me. I'll get upset. I didn't miss that. I missed that bit there. Righto. So, anything exciting happening in anybody's life? I haven't got anything exciting to talk about yet. There's usually something, you know, interesting coming our way eventually, I suppose. We have I do like to go up the street and buy something, you know. I just feel like I need to get myself an interesting, even if I only spend 50 cents, which I did yesterday, and bought myself a couple of little pieces of material from the Salvation Army for 50 cents, and that was good, you know. It makes you feel like you got a little something, something. Yeah. You know, I don't, probably like, you know, people that are alcoholics, they like to have a drink. Or people that like to drink like to have a drink. They're not necessarily alcoholics. And then other people, you know, like to have a cigarette, I suppose. Some people do. I don't have those things in my life, so I like to buy myself something. And I think it's a lot cheaper than drinking or smoking, I guess. I don't criticise that. I don't mean that at all. People are, you know, that's everybody's choices. It's just that this is my choice to buy bits of cotton and fabric and, you know, paper or whatever, books. This is what I choose to do. Makes me happy. It looks a bit straggy, doesn't it? We'll see how it goes. We'll keep going with it. It's okay. We're not going to panic just as yet. I'm going to keep going. I must say that I don't buy as much stuff as what I used to, and I have it leaving it behind now. If there's anything there and I think, oh, no, we don't want that, Sonya, you've got enough. Just a couple of little things is nice. It's nice to buy yourself a couple of little bits and pieces. I've actually bought too many, what's the name, things. That man come up to that door again, he could hear me talking to us and he took off. Okay, it's all right, Jeremy. It's fine. I'm still working away here, having a good time actually, and talking to you peoples. It's like you're sort of there with me, sort of thing, you know. Please don't think I'm weird, but it is. You sit here. I sit here and I talk, and I can sometimes think, oh, you know, what you said in comments and things like that, you know. I can remember stuff that people talk about and they like to do. And I really want to do a thing where if you do follow me with this, what's the name? Sample thing we're going to do, I need you to send me some pickies so I can put them up on the internet. Okay, so I can put them on my channel to show people what people are doing. I want to do that. I want you to see, you know, one another's work. If you aren't doing, if you're not got your own channel, send me a picture through my email, which is always up there. And I can put some up each time. Like, I don't know whether I do it every week. Just depends how many people send me their pickies of what they've done. Even if it's not for that week, you can just save them up, or just, you know, even wait till it's finished, I suppose, if you want to do that. But I don't know. It's going to take a while to get finished, I'd say. I think it'll be a while. It'll be a little while working on this. This is not it either, is it? This is another thing that I'll do. This is what I'm going to do when I'm not doing that. This will be still stitching, because I've got journals I'm halfway through making, but I'm afraid this has taken over my life there a bit. You know, like, as far as this is what I want to do. When I first started doing this, it seemed really strange to sew after I hadn't been doing it for a long time, but now it's sort of come back to me. It has. Now, I've got to make sure that when I do these inside bits, I do them the right colour that I'm happy with. I don't want to do them a colour that I don't like and I'll have to pull out. I'm going to try and make it so you can still see the dark bit that's on there, but I want to just make sure that I stitch something on it. What do you reckon? That looks pretty cool. I'm going to put one of these leaves. I'm going to cut out one of these leaves and I'm going to put him down the bottom where that stem is. I hope. You want more than one thing sitting on the piece, don't you? Like, I might put, we could put a butterfly or something, couldn't we? Now, this time, I haven't finished that bit. I know. I'm going to better end that off, and then I can start this piece on the bottom when I find a little leaf for that. Yeah, for there. That was a bit of a sing there I had. So I've been buying the stuff to do my fingernails with, myself. Look at that, that's khaki, isn't it? But that's how far my nails have grown up underneath them other fake ones, which are probably just across the top here, which I've got to get them off there. I don't know. I think I got the idea how to do it. I can either soak them off or the little drill out that I bought. I've even bought the heat and thing to put them under to dry them. Gone all out, I have. Why not? I think you're going to do this once, I won't have to keep going back and doing it. Paying money that I cannot afford to do it. Now, I've got this piece of leaf that just fell off there. You know what I mean? It did. Where's the piece of fabric with it on here? How about that? Do you think that'll look alright? Like that? Yes, that'll do me. Now, get the glue stick. Piece of paper. I'm going to glue all over this because I don't want the side bits to come off. Look, let me go. Might make it sticky for a little while. paper back where I got it so I can get it in a minute. Okay. Is it in the right place, Sonya? It's alright, that looks good. If I think it looks funny, I'll just put a bit more stem on there somewhere or something. I've got a really good glue place, look. Take you across here and up there. Oops. Up there, look at this. There. Look at that, that's cool, isn't it? She'll give me those, I've got 2 of them at that need. And then you glue, get your glue out and then you put the glue back. Okay, and you can see things on the table, but that's because I've been doing stuff, so don't worry about it, it's okay. I'm happy with it how it is, and that's the main thing. I'll be getting tidying up after each thing anyway, but I'm still in the middle of something else, so I'm going to try and stick that there. That's nice. Now I'm going to sew. I'll sew up here first. I'll finish this bit. I just want that to dry now, don't I? Isn't that awesome? Really is. Love it. I do. Keep coming around here, so when I go back to there I pick up at the bottom of that one, the bottom of that stitch there, and we come along here now like this. Now I'm going to need a box to put these in because I'll be working with these pieces while I do that other one as well, because it's going to have crewel embroidery on it, which is probably done with like I said yesterday, it's done with wool in a lot of cases, but I might use these pearl threads because I have the wool there, but I don't know whether I want to put it on that, what I've got here. The wool, I'm going to use it on the wool fabric that I've got there, so I've been collecting that up as well because I want to do some embroidery like this on wool fabric. Put pieces on to it, or just sewing straight onto the piece of wool fabric. I'll show you that in a second if I can. So I've got a lot that I've collected up. I didn't know how I was going to go, if I was going to be able to get very much, but I did manage to. So I don't know what you're going to think about this, but this is what I'm going to be doing later. So see that? I'm going to put embroidery on that. That's not me, is it? Did you watch? And then I got these. These are pieces of wool fabric, and they were really cheap in Vinnie's or somewhere. This I got a really big piece off, so I just cut some off it. I've just been collecting it up now for a while. I even am looking forward to doing something on this piece of houndstooth. Is that what that's called? So that was just a piece of an old piece of stuff stuck in there that I did needle felting. That was that. That's another thing for another day. Anyway, so this is the sort of fabric that I've been collecting up to do some more embroidery on. So I think that's going to look really good with bits on. Okay, so you can just stay tuned to my channel and we'll learn lots of stuff. Okay, there's lots of stuff. It's endless. And it's not the same all the time, so that's good. You know, I mean, I hope I don't be showing you the same thing all the time. Same as stitches, maybe different sort of designs, different ideas, different ways that you can do things. And since the pandemic's been on, people have been doing a lot of slow stitching. That's what this is actually when you are using a needle and cotton. There's other words for different things. That Japanese have got one you do a borrow stitch and one I can't say, and that's just one plain stitch on one plain colour. There's just different ideas, and people have just gone with lots of different things, and it's been really good. So I've got a parcel. That's interesting. Okay, so I'll have to. Oh, a parcel! I've got a parcel. I suppose I'll have to undo this, won't I? In a minute. I'm going to have to go this. I'll show you in the next bit, okay? A parcel. a nice red parcel. Okay, very nice. Okay, a parcel. I think Jeremy's bought me that because he probably thinks I want to do a tutorial on it, and I probably do. And I can't remember how long I've been on here because I've been chatting away, and I hope this doesn't turn into two. Anyway, so I will stitch in that other part. I will stitch that and in here, and then I can show you that one before I start this one. Like, I'll show you how it went before I start on that one there. So really cool. Hey, what do you think? Let me know, and I'll talk to you later. So subscribe if you want to, give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Bye bye.